ooh, I like this site. When I first get to it, I think it's really fresh and clean. It's easy to understand. I know exactly that it's a WordPress related website. I know that it immediately, I know that it's for help with WordPress, so potentially maybe doing templates and support and maybe some design. And that's all I get just from the immediate hero image on the home page. I really like how simple it is and how there's so many so few navigation options. It's really nice. And I like how concise the title is. WordPress problems, no such thing. It's very easy to understand. And that's just from my first impression of looking at the top part of the screen there. So I'm going to scroll down a bit, check it more out. WP Curve empowers business owners to build their business without worrying about WordPress. You get 24/7 access to the world's best developers for maintenance, support, and small jobs. Cool. That's very straightforward and simple. It tells me exactly what WP Curve does, which is exactly what I'd want to know as soon as I got to the page. And as I'm scrolling down, I noticed that there's actually quite a scroll going on, so I'm anxious to see kind of like what other modules or sections are on the page. So now I'm getting to how our customers use the service, where it looks like we've got some testimonials and reviews, which is cool. That's always a good idea to have reviews so people can see what other people are saying about the product. So I get that. And then I'm getting to a section called How We Can Improve Your Site. A little boring. There's a lot going on there, a lot of information, but my eyes aren't really drawn to one particular thing. So that could maybe use a little bit of TLC to get that more interactive or interesting. And then scrolling down, I've got a quote from some guy saying, "I'm so busy I just don't have time to poke through my sites for issues and potential problems, but I know they're there." So that's cool. It's like a testimonial type of a thing. Kind of interesting placement. I'm not sure I would read that otherwise. How it works, much more easy to comprehend than the How We Can Improve Your Site section, because it's just fewer options, smaller amount of content, so I'm actually, like, my mind is able to kind of grasp what's going on here. And then I've got a Who is WP Curve section about the founders, I'm sure. And then I've got a button at the very bottom that seems actually kind of out of place, because I haven't seen any of that coloring or button type anywhere previously on the page. And then I've got a question section, which is cool, FAQs, and a footer, where then now I see that green button type again. I'm immediately looking, because the home page is so long, looking for a back to top button, so I can kind of start over and get back to what get back to the top to see, okay, now I'm ready to kind of go and do something now that I've seen the home page content. So I scrolled back up to the top. There just kind of seems to be a little bit of a disconnect between the top of the site, like the first half, and the second half. Like, colors kind of don't seem to really go together, kind of all over the place in terms of design once you start scrolling through. But initial design is great, simple, clean. I might choose a different image for the hero image. Those fingers are kind of freaking me out with all the hair on them, but that's just a personal thing. So now I am kind of interested in viewing the plans to actually see what's going on. And when I'm hovering over view plans, I'm getting a black cover state, which, again, down below on the page I had some green, so I'm not quite sure. There seems to be a disconnect in the design again, like I said. So now I hit up the plan page, and it's pretty simple. I kind of like that there's only two plans, two options. And I do see a it looks like a chat down at the bottom right hand corner. So it looks like if I had any questions, I could ask Ariel. But anyway, I can see that professional is clearly the plan type that they're steering us towards. It's bigger, it's in color, and it's got that green call to action button again. And now I'm kind of interested. It says don't require monthly support, order a single job for $69. Kind of interested in clicking on that, so I'm going to do so. Now when I get to this site, I feel like I'm just on a weird dead page. There's like no navigation anymore. I feel like I got lost. And that's a little bit more distracting to me. I'm like not as much interested in reading the content because I'm like, whoa, what happened? I don't feel like I'm still on the right website. And the footer seems to not be, the footer like is all shortened now. So anyway, the inside page here, the one-off job, $69, a little bit weird. But in summary, I think it's easy to understand. The homepage is super simple. What I'd really like though is some examples of WordPress sites that have been done. That would be, and I didn't see that anywhere, and if it's on there, it should stand out more, in my opinion, because I'd like to see some of the work that's already been done so I can decide if it's something that I'd like to move forward with. And that's, otherwise, I do like the site, but again, I would change that hero image to something that's a little bit more interesting and kind of not so much interesting to take away from the content, because I think the content, what's nice about that is that I knew immediately what the site was about when I got there. A better image could enhance that experience, make it a little bit more maybe warm.